have your attention, please?
I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
You're listening to Bayswater Radio.
Go ahead. Make my day.
It's time!
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
What kind of music do you usually have here?
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
This is our house and our house music. To infinity and beyond.
Houston, we have a problem.
Oops. What do you say we try that one again, huh? Yes, without the oops.
Hey guys, welcome back to the second hour of Bayswater Radio. This month's special guest is a young DJ from Melbourne. He's playing at that many clubs around Melbourne at the moment that for me to name them all would be here forever. His name is Benny Cam. We had the privilege of DJing with him at Ivy last year when we did a Marco Polo gig together. I recently had the privilege of going to Melbourne and having him show me around at all the places he's playing at. Incredible. He is taking the world by storm. His remixes are some of the best that I've heard in a long time. He has gigs left, right and centre. He's live on the phone with us right now. So let's get into the interview. All right, Benny Cam, welcome to the show, mate.
Hello.
Good to have you on.
Thank you very much.
Mate, what we'll do is we'll ask you a few questions, get cracking, we'll get to know you so that all our listeners know who you are and what you do. But let's start with a real simple one, I guess. Mate, how long have you been DJing for?
How long? It's about 3.5 years now, and professional is what I like to say, full time for about 2.5. Nice. So yeah, creeping up now. But yeah.
Yeah, nice. No, I've had a look, mate. It looks like you're getting some pretty awesome gigs, but mate, we'll get into that a little bit later. So, who was it that inspired you to actually start DJing?
Oh, this one stumped me. And I've actually been thinking about this for a long time. And I've actually been asked this before, and I've never been able to properly answer it. I don't actually think there was ever one thing. I reckon I was about 15, about 2007. Daft Punk did their tour.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The last tour. I never got to go, but I reckon that's where I sort of put down what sort of started a passion for the music and the scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it sort of just built from there. I was, things like early Deadmau5 before the Cube and all these kind of artists that were the thing back in sort of that time, and going to first festival when I was 18. And it was just sort of a build-up, and it probably should have happened earlier than it did.
Yep.
Looking back, but wouldn't change anything. And eventually just sort of like bringing that passion. I mean, I couldn't wait to like at a house party, steal the phone and put on, whatever it was, just the latest music and share music. And even if they hated half of it, like even when I was loving Skrillex or like Scream and some dubstep and some weird shit like that, I just couldn't wait to share it.
Yeah.
And I think that's sort of like, I put that together, and friends were just, I sort of didn't quite understand what DJing was back when, I was younger. And a lot of the time it was sort of, there was artists that they were putting up. It wasn't, until later on I understood, there's a whole DJing side that doesn't need to be, it's an artist or the producing music side of things. So I sort of like went from there and just got the push. And mates, I was remembering I was living in London, and a mate introduced me to virtual DJ.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting in bedroom, just like for hours on end, just sort of learning the ins and outs, and it just sort of definitely when I came back to Melbourne, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to do.
Nice.
And yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now we're here.
That's the virtual DJ thing. I actually bought my nephew like a little DJ setup for his birthday this year, and I'm trying to push him into it. He's only 7, but
yeah, I had one of those weird plug-in setups. And
yeah,
But I mean, it was a start, and I started to understand it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty sweet. I think we all wish we started earlier than we did.
Oh well, yeah.
Or at least started on music and trying to actually write something at an earlier age.
Yeah, there could have been that path, but I'm pretty stoked with how it's got now, and having not needed that sort of side just yet.
Yeah.
And putting DJing really first and proper, and not sort of going the other way about it, and just short, fast learning it after making music, where sometimes it hasn't always worked out for other people.
Yeah, no, that's sweet, man. So now you've kind of established yourself as a DJ in Melbourne. What events and what clubs have you held a residency at, or do you still hold residency at?
Yeah, still. We've got quite a few going at the moment, which I'm really excited about. Sort of range from bar clubs right up to our couple of our super clubs down here. So it's the biggest one I'm playing at right now is Treat Dance Club. It's at the bottom end. Big super club venue in Melbourne. I've been playing there since they opened. And a couple others. Play at Brown Alley down here, which is a Raps on a Saturday as well. And a couple of bars, the Millhouse, George on Collins. I'm there every week. And what else have I got? Tramp Presents. So any public holiday event, we've got a bar called Tramp down here. Underground Basement Club. Nice. It's a lot of fun. So any public holiday event, I'm there too. And then a bunch of others that just sort of come up every couple of days or weeks.
Nice.
On rotation, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Well, I know that Timmy was actually down with you not too long ago, and mate, he has not stopped ranting and raving about Melbourne ever since he got back, mate. It's I think he's very much been bitten with the Melbourne bug. Yeah,
well, we did a little tour of the bar and showed him. I think we stopped in at 3 spots that night.
Yeah.
And ended up at Treat that night, actually.
Yeah, man, that club's, yeah, that's sick.
Definitely had a good time.
Yeah, nice. Now, no, I'm definitely looking forward to taking the time off work and definitely coming down and experience it firsthand and seeing what it's like.
You've got it, mate. Melbourne's just a different place.
Yeah, I'm hearing the stories, and it's definitely becoming very much more intriguing. So with all the residencies and club gigs and everything else you've got on, I'm assuming you've probably played, with some big names. Who has been the biggest DJ that you've played with?
I've actually been very fortunate down here, and writing out this one, I'm smiling now. Just a couple of these people I've had the pleasure of playing with, or after, or before, or however you want to say it. Probably the biggest that I've got here is Diplo.
Oh wow!
I got to play after him when he did his tour down here. He did the after party at the bottom end there.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought Nina Las Vegas with him, Anna Lanou. He had Post Malone's DJ up there.
Wow.
And once he decided he was finished, I got to take over from him.
Yeah, nice.
That was pretty sick. He's a pretty humble dude. He was just sort of did his thing and then sort of moved off. He wasn't anyway like arrogant or anything like that. It was really cool to meet.
Yep.
And someone of such his stature as well, and what he's done for dance music across the world. That was pretty special. A couple others. I got to support Marshmello earlier this year.
Sweet.
On his tour. That was pretty cool. A different sort of event as well, and something I was sort of not always playing that style, and it was really cool to have an opportunity like that to mix a few genres together and set it up, which was really fun. Play a similar one like that. I got to support Bauer as well. It's a couple of trap gigs.
Nice.
I don't always do a lot of. When I met you boys, supporting Generic up there in Sydney.
Mate, I was gonna say, we should be right at the top of the peak, mate.
So yeah, it's just there after Generic. It's got Bayswater. I wrote down there. warming up the pool club.
Yeah, nice.
Nah, that was good. And a couple others, like some good Australian ones. Supported Motez, Hayden James. What's so not? Actually played with him once. It was hilarious. He's a cool dude.
Did you do it when it was both Flume and what's his name? Emo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Emo. So it was just Emo. He's been out here a bit. He's good mates with a couple of people I play for. He actually came to this day party once and jumped up on the decks with us, playing proper house and like tech house. It was hilarious. It was a good day.
Day clubs. Hey.
day clubs.
Yeah, they've gone walkabout from Sydney, mate. They don't exist anymore.
Nah. About all kicking off down here.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, on that topic, do you have a favourite club or even like a favourite festival that you've played at?
Well, definitely the Bottom End as a venue in here has been a huge highlight. That Marco Polo gig was phenomenal. It was something so different. That's something we don't have down here.
Yeah.
Just that rooftop pool setup. I still can't believe there's a pool on a roof of a building. But sure, it works. That was really cool. I got a chance to play at Stereosonic.
Oh, wow.
In 2015, yeah, just on the local stages. I was stoked, and that was actually the last year too. So sort of looking back now, to be able to say I was at a festival like that, it's pretty special. And then the other one I'd love to is Beyond the Valley.
Ah, yeah, you only did that recently, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think it's in its third year now. Originally it was on Phillip Island, and they moved out to down south in Victoria in Warragul. Big field out there. So last year I got asked to be the main stage changeover DJ. So in between bands, and setting up some of the DJs and the like. So that was pretty special. Probably upwards of sort of 10,000 people a couple of times. So that was very daunting, but it was really ridiculous. And the stage setup that they go, I was sort of up in this third story hole in the wall thing, and it was ridiculous. Just to be able to see across that sea of people was pretty special.
That's pretty cool.
That's mad. So we've got residencies, you've got your DJs, you're now, banging it out at festivals. What would you say so far to date has been your biggest achievement within your DJ career?
Yeah, well, I think that Beyond the Valley last year is a big highlight, and we'll stick up there. Obviously Stereo as well, as just mentioned. As like sort of big gigs like that go, they probably cover it, but sort of just where I'm at right now, I don't think I can, it's hard to explain, but as an achievement, I sort of look at it this way. I'm playing like 8 to 10 gigs a week, and it's rare that, and I know how lucky I am to be able to just do that and just play as much as possible out here in Melbourne. And I think really when it comes back to it, that's sort of, I'm really stoked with that achievement and what I'm doing right now. I never would have thought I'd play, 10 gigs in a weekend.
Yeah.
Let alone when I was, you're starting and you're doing one a month for a club and something like that. To do 10 plus, any night of the week is I think that's definitely, I'm just stoked with where I'm at right now.
It becomes a bit of a surreal experience sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to be able to say it's my job and to, live off it and get to go out there every week and still enjoy the absolute shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, man. Well, we've been checking out your profile.
Oh, dangerous.
Very dangerous. But we've noticed you do a little bit of work here and there on Kiss FM. So I guess big question is, obviously, people know Sydney Kiss FM, which is totally different to Melbourne Kiss FM.
Yep.
Radio show, something different. How do you compare that to DJing in a club or in a bar?
Yeah, for sure. It's been really cool. So I've had a couple of guest mixes on there, and recently I covered a mate's show when she was in Amsterdam. So that was really cool. I think initially it's definitely a different experience. And I mean, if you practice DJing, it's in a bedroom and you sort of understand it. You've obviously got no crowd.
Yep.
No initial right there sort of energy in front of you. And the first few times was a bit different because I was a guest on a show. So I had sort of a host, or they had 2 hosts, and you sort of could use their energy and you'd bounce off that a bit.
Yeah.
But the times where I sort of done it myself, initially that first one was definitely sort of hard to find, that energy that a room has in a club and a bar, and then to bring that into a live mix. Yeah. So it's definitely a challenge to begin with, but the more you did it, I also found it was just as rewarding. And in a different way, you also had that instant feedback as well. They've got set up now with obviously Facebook and everything that it streams through. People can message you straight away. And on the shows I was on, they have chats set up, so you're getting instant messages about the set, or you obviously see the instant likes on your page or extra follows and things like that, which also just is the same as that sort of feedback from a club. You were getting it as well, so it wasn't that you were missing out on anything. It was definitely a little bit different at the first, but the platform to reach sort of new fans as well is priceless for radio, and that was an awesome experience.
Yeah.
And actually, as of this week, I've actually got my own show.
Oh wow!
Starting in the next couple of weeks. On Wednesdays, 10:30 a.m. We'll have an official launch date shortly.
Oh wow, that's impressive. Oh, I'm curious though, like when you're at a club and you're playing to the people that are there, you're obviously working off the vibe of the crowd and trying to structure your set around, the vibe that's going on there.
Yeah.
Are you, when you do your radio gigs, are you sort of having a preset idea, okay, well I'm going to sort of play, like are you working at a set beforehand like you would if you were doing a demo mix, or are you just rocking up on the day and winging it?
I think for club gigs, I've definitely always been more of a wing it type of DJ. I definitely prefer to feed off a vibe. Obviously, now that the years have gone on, I've got sort of a selection of go-to tracks, or you might have local favourites. You'll have a few tracks that kill in Sydney, and you'll have a few tracks down here. But I think for the radio show, especially the last 3 weeks that I covered a specific show for 3 weeks, like knowing it was each week, I was able to sort of plan a different vibe for those 3 sets. So I went and showcased sort of more of a funky vibe for one, and then the next was I came in knowing that it was going to be a harder, darker style, and things like that. But there's definitely sort of an organisation to it, which is more than some of my regular gigs. Yeah,
cool. So as we mentioned earlier, Tim went down to Melbourne, and he came back not only ranting and raving about how good the scene was in Melbourne, but he said to me, bro, you need to hit Benny up. You need to ask him about this track. You need to hear it. And it's one of your mashups that you've got up there. What is it? It's a Faithless mashup. The Can't Get No Sleep. The Insomnia. Mate, I had to listen to that myself the other night, and I was like, man, this is an absolute banger. And then I started flicking through all your other mashups, and I was like, my goodness, this guy is on fire. So are you working on any new mashups, or are you sort of in the pipeline to start working on some original Benny Cam tracks?
Oh, that's the dream. Sort of there's been a pathway with this, and I'm still using it as a learning curve to take it into originals. The mashups are sort of a great place to start and learn the platform and the DAWs and stuff to get my head around it. And I saw there's obviously added a nice flair to my sets, and that nasty one's been a staple, and a lot of the late ones for Melbourne. It's been a lot of fun, and I was able to just get a bit lucky with that one and find the right sort of couple of remixes and cut them up a bit, and it always has a great sort of raw when that one goes off. I've enjoyed playing that one. The original tracks I'd love to, and it's something that's sort of taken a back seat for me currently. It hasn't really been a priority, but in working in the sort of getting my head around it, it's definitely something that's on the horizon, and love to take my time and do it right. It's sort of, I haven't rushed anything DJing wise. I wouldn't really want to rush and pump out any sort of half-assed tracks, especially where I think I'm at right now. It's not sort of a growing thing. I'm not 18 and doing tracks at the same time as DJing. I think I sort of want to take my time with it. Get it right.
Yeah, 100%, man. You don't want to. It's never good just sort of throwing something out there just to see what happens. It's got to be.
Just to save from playing,
As DJs ourselves, like if you produce a track, you want it to be perfection, and if it's not, then it's not worth it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely. So considering all that, what does the future hold for Benny Cam?
Long-term goals.
Big question.
That's a strong point of mine. Man, my own party shirt range, that'd be sick.
Yep.
As Tim would have seen, I've always liked to be in the loudest, brightest shirt in the room. I've had a few mates ask me when merch is coming, so I reckon that one could be a nice goal for next year. And I'd love to have, I think next summer, if I really knuckle down this next year, to have music ready for next summer period. I think that'd be huge.
Yep.
I'd love to do some more trips up to you, mate.
Yeah, man.
So, and make a regular sort of visits to Sydney and get to go to Queensland or Adelaide or any others. And I think another one I put is my first international gig.
Yep.
If Asia, Europe, wherever.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That's the next big goal for me, is to play my first sort of international gig.
Well, Ultra and EDC are now doing Asia, Bali, and everything else.
Yeah.
So, hey, mate, you never know. It could be right around the corner, to be honest.
It could be.
Mate, international is something that I've had the chance of playing in London at a couple of bars and stuff, but nothing major. But internationally would be good for us too. I think that's what every DJ really wants at the end of the day. When you can make an international gig, you're definitely doing something right.
For sure. Absolutely.
You got to start doing some takeover parties in Melbourne, mate.
Yeah, well, that's sort of on the horizon too. Started some negotiations. It's sort of been a more focus for me is obviously a few events. I threw my first one. It was March this year. Did a little takeover at a bar club called Less Than Zero in Melbourne here.
Yep.
Sort of like a small thing to start up, and that and the radio show and those sort of things have been a bit of more of the focus in the music right now. And I think it'd be really cool to do a bit more of that, and I've really enjoyed that. And it'd be great to sort of just bring friends together, and makes an event all that better playing with your mates.
Oh, mate, it's always fun. It's always fun. Well, mate, we appreciate you coming on the show.
Absolutely.
It's been awesome getting our listeners a little bit of an insight into what Benny Cam does and who he is. It's pretty cool. And mate, we'll definitely have to get you up to Sydney again.
Oh, please.
We'll have to try and do our own event, a little takeover up here, and we'll just bring you up.
Timmy mentioned that we might get a bus and go around Australia, but we'll see.
Mate.
Yeah, for sure. We'll just do
Bayswater and Benny Cam touring.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you very much, boys, for having me.
No worries, man.
Thank you so much for your time, man. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Cheers, fella. Let's get into the mix.
Hey, this is Benny Cam, and you are listening to Bayswater Radio.
Biggie, can't you see? Your words just hypnotize me. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Biggie, can't you see? Your words just hypnotize me. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Biggie, can't you see? Your words just hypnotize me. Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. Biggie, can't you see? Your words just hypnotize me. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so big. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so big. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so big. Biggie, can't you see? Sometimes your words just hypnotize me. And I just love your flashy ways. Guess that's why they're broken, you're so big.
Sicker than your average. My Detroit players. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. Biggie there, every night. Papa been school since days of other rules. Girls want to us. Wanna do us. Yeah, Papa and Pop. Stick the cut. Every MC easily. Easily, you're just right. Beat my beats.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Charlie gets out, but Charlie's hanging out with us. Piddle. So every time I see Charlie, I go, ooh. Just to let Charlie know I remember it. You know, all the cocaine we did in the 80s and drinking has got to it. It's got to it. We got like 2 brain cells left. What? Now in Hollywood, we did that sort of thing. You know, we French kissed girls in clubs. We licked on girls' faces. We grabbed girls' butts. And they liked it. People say a lot of things under the influence. Come on now. Let's get this story straight.
Bayswater Radio.
Charlie was a hell of a drug. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Cocaine we did in the 80s and drinking has got to it. It's got to it. We got like 2 brain cells left. What? Now in Hollywood, we did that sort of thing. You know, we French kissed girls in clubs. We licked on girls' faces. We grabbed girls' butts. And they liked it. People say a lot of things under the influence. Come on now. Let's get this story straight. Charlie gets out, but Charlie's hanging out with us. Fiddle. That's all. Every time I see Charlie, I go, ooh. Just to let Charlie know I remember it. Charlie was a hell of a drug. I must be losing my mind. Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster. Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster. Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster.
You're listening to Bayswater Radio.
Moving up and down, side to side like a roller coaster.
Bayswater Radio. Bayswater Radio. You're listening to Bayswater Radio. You're listening to Bayswater Radio.
There's a woman in the street. There's a woman in the street. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the hole. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the hole. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the hole. There's a woman in the street. Wait a minute. There's a woman in the street. 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 Wait a minute. Wait a minute. In the street, tell her up by the pole. There's a woman in the street. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the pole. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the pole. There's a woman in the street. Tell her up by the pole. There's a woman in the street. Wait a minute.
A place to stay. Get your booty on the floor tonight. Make.
Are you ready? 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 Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah.
Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. 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 Bring it up. Bring it up.
Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah.
Are you ready? 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 Are you ready?
Bayswater Radio.
Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Are you ready?
Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up. Yeah. Bring it up. Bring it up.
is we have it. And when it comes to dignitary, oh God, we're not talking about the business. We have it very versatile. And when it comes to sound, we can pass through. Because we have done quite. Step up into that good boy. Believe me, that is the wickedest sound.
Went bam.
You're listening to Bayswater Radio.
I can't get no sleep. Sleep. I can't get no sleep.
Bayswater Radio.
It goes a little something like this.
You're listening to Bayswater Radio.
everything you do, everything you think, everything you say. We decide who your friends will be, where you'll go to school, who you'll marry, how many kids you will have, and the car you will drive, and at what speed. We will make you work for money, and tell you how you spend it, and modify your seeds. We will make you hate the ones you love, family, friends, and yourself. We will monitor your each and every move, pollute your air and water to weaken your health. We will turn you against each other to control any unrest. We will sell you drugs and put you in jail for buying them. We know what's best.
Bayswater Radio.
We are in control. We are in control.
Sit down, relax. You know, I got a few things I've been thinking about. I'd like to share them with you. I know things have been a little strained around here lately because of all the stuff going on outside the house. You know, the pressure, the house, 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 the pressure.
You're listening to Bayswater Radio.